Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Almost live. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm LBJ, and you're listening to The Heartfelt Truth. Welcome. Let me start off by saying, as I always do, that I hope my voice finds you in good health, mentally, physically, and spiritually, not necessarily in that order, but all equally important to help us do this thing we call life. And when you leave this podcast, if you didn't get anything from it, well, you probably weren't listening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm LBJ. You're there and I'm here. And you're listening to The Heartfelt Truth. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure, real quick, let's just get this out of the way. I know there's some people out there right now, you find people here and around the world, probably saying, LB who? Yes, because it's been a while. It's been a little sporadic that I have gotten behind this microphone to talk to you very fine people here and around the world. Okay, I make no excuses, ladies and gentlemen. There has been so much going on in the world. There is so much going on in our lives that we really sometimes lose track of exactly some of the things that we love to do, the things that we need to do, the things that we should do. And they just sometimes get lost in the sauce. But for that, I apologize. It seems like every time that I get back on this microphone, I have a tendency to apologize for not getting on here and being a little bit more persistent and consistent. But you know what? This is the beauty of this whole thing, because the whole idea for me when I started this thing was to really just get on here. And for some point in one beginning, it was a little therapeutic. I got up here and I was spilling out my thoughts, my dreams, my aspirations, all of those things. And then I was trying to share a message with somebody. And I always said it, even if it was just one person. And that's how this thing started. When I started doing the podcast, just a little background, I said, even if I just reach one person, I would be so excited because, you know, just one person, that's all you need to do. If you change one person's life, if you can save one person, if you can help one person, then you've done your job. So that's how this whole thing started. So now as it went on and on and on and on, and well over 200 shows, you know, and then you have the business of life, because, I mean, let's be realistic. This is not my mainstream. I actually make no money at all from this podcast, which, you know, everybody says, oh my God, you should be making money. Well, listen, you know, sometimes in life there are things that are just a little bit more important than money. And that being said, I mean, that means that I can share my message. I can help people. I ask people to reach out. If you have something, you got a question, you want to talk to me, just go right ahead. And I'm here and I'll do the best that I can. And I tell everybody, nobody has all the answers. Nobody has all solutions. But if you can tell them honestly and openly that, you know what, if I don't have the answer, I'll find somebody who does, then you've helped them. And that's important. All right. So, again, let's get the apologies out of the way and try to move on real quick. Here's what's happening. You know what? I'll tell you one thing that I do, and I'm pretty consistent at it. I start my routine, and I'll just give you a little background about LBJ. I usually start my day off, and I wake up in the morning, and I have a routine. I have my first cup of coffee. You know, and then I have my second, because I'm a 2-cup guy. That's what I do. I just have 2 cups for the day, and it gets me going. But I start off by you know, doing my routine. I say my prayers in the morning, and then I do my meditation. I'm very, very consistent with the meditation, and the message that I think that I'm feeling today is it is important, because there is so much going on in the world where people we've still caught up in the middle of this pandemic. It seems to be getting better, and that's a blessing. I'm not going to go into the mask mandates and the vaccine mandates and all that, because there are people that are a lot more smarter than myself and a little bit more educated in the field of having that discussion. But I will tell you this, as a human being, as a one-on-one, we have been and still are in the middle of this thing. And what happens is so many people have been affected, the young and the old. All right. So what I'm saying is that mentally, at one point in our lives where we thought, we all had problems. We all had, issues, family, friends, job, careers, all of those things. And then you throw in a pandemic. You throw in a lockdown. You throw in where you can't go anywhere. You throw in the fact that you can't find toilet paper. It's got to do something to you. It just blows your mind. So the point I'm trying to get to, without taking the long road, is that, the meditation that I've been very consistent with seems to help. Now, I am not an authority. I am not a guru. I am still a novice. I'm learning just like everybody else. But I will tell you, if you have the opportunity, find that safe space. Find that meditation that works for you and see how it helps you during the course of your day and moving forward from this point on. Because I find that I need the meditation just to help me keep going. And I hear so many people are now embracing the meditation. And the mental health is big. I mean, I don't never realize. I'm going to give you an example. There's a celebrity, and I'm not going to mention her name because I don't know if it's fair. I don't know. I don't want to get any hate mail or people texting me, or they can't text me. They don't have my number. But, I mean, just sending me emails of, that's not right. You shouldn't do that. But I will tell you this. I happened to be in the city, and I was going out with some friends, and we were going celebrating a birthday. Okay, one of my children had their birthday, and so we went to the city. We were going to have dinner, and it was really kind of a festive night. So as we were walking, I noticed a celebrity. I recognized her face. Very famous woman. She's been in the business forever. And I kind of inadvertently said, I recognize that face. And then I was just kind of on my way. I'm not starstruck. I'm going to run up and say, can I get a picture? Hey, no. And on top of that, she had a dog with her. She had a service dog. Now, the reason why it's not a big deal. And I repeat that, it's not a big deal. But the whole idea, the whole perception that people have about these athletes and these celebrities and people of power or people in certain positions, that nothing affects them. And that's not true. I mean, hell, anybody that's got a job and they're working and, your boss, you might look at him as, he's got a nice house. You look at his car. He's got stuff going on. You don't know what's going on in his head. So when I saw her with the service dog, I was like, wow, this is legit. It's a real deal. Not that I've never known it before, but sometimes it takes you to see right in front of your face. Just like, I get it. So what happens is people have to realize and start realizing that putting yourself in someone else's shoes, okay, and the different aspects of this life, be it, there's so many topics, and I don't want to get pigeonholed into just one view. But if you put yourself in somebody else's shoes legitimately, then you get a better understanding of who they are, what they're going through, and sometimes why they act and do what they do. So, again, it's been a while, and I'm taking the long road, but I was very surprised when I saw that, and there was no judgment whatsoever. But I was like, wow. It's true. Because people are like, oh, no, I don't need no therapy. I don't want to talk to anybody. Everybody needs to talk to somebody. And you know what? Because I'll give you this. Does anybody have that BFF? Does anybody have that bromance? Okay. Or that friend that you always confide in? It's therapy. When you sit down and you're going through something, or even good, happy, sad, you call your BFF. Right? That's therapy. So there's no difference than talking to a professional and kind of airing out some of your feelings and your thoughts and what you're going through. So I encourage Everyone, if you really feeling a certain way about certain things, then you should talk to somebody. You should open up. Don't be afraid and talk to somebody. Now, I'll be honest with you. I mean, this is probably the second time I mentioned mental health, and somebody's going to hear around the world might say, well, LB, are you okay? No, I'm fine. Thank God. I mean, I'm okay. But believe you me, there's times when I want to talk to somebody and I want to vent. At the end of the day, I'm no different than anybody else. Okay? I mean, I've lived a life and I'm still living. I have issues like everybody else, and sometimes you do want to talk to somebody. And you want to share. And then you want a non-biased opinion. You want a professional opinion. So that's one of the things that I think is important. But I was so shocked when not so shocked, but I was shocked when I saw this really prominent celebrity with a service dog. And I'm like, wow. So, now I went off on a tangent because I realized I was talking about meditation, but that it all comes together in terms of mental health. And what you need to do and you should always, always, always work on yourself. Take care of yourself, because that's important, and it just makes you and helps you become a better person to live with this life. Because let me tell you something. Here's the surprise factor. You can meditate, you can pray, you can do all those things. Whatever religion, or whatever you choose to call your higher power. But at the end of the day, no one is immune. No one is immune to dealing with life's problems. The problem comes in how you deal with it. So I think that's important. So yeah, I'm very consistent with my meditation and my routine in the morning. I think you should adopt one, and you'll be surprised how it makes you feel. So real quick, as I'm sitting here talking, I know for a fact there's a little nasal going on in my voice. Please forgive me. We're in that season now. I think we're just about getting through the hurricane season, and there's the allergy season. And it's funny thing happened to me. I was at my other gig, and I actually sneezed, and I once or twice, and everybody turns around and, oh, what's going on? Because we are living in the corona zone. And the moment that someone sneezes or coughs, heads turn, masks go up, and people start going the other way. But that's not true. I do have a little nasal simply because the allergy season is here. And I just had my flu shot. And that's probably just a little residue from, getting the flu shot and building up my immunity for that. So, but listen, again, there's so many things you bring up. Some people are set against the vaccine, dead against flu shots. And listen, here's my take on it. And as I look at the clock, and I don't want to be long-winded, you have a right to, to pick your own poison if that's what you want to do. If you don't want to, trust science, and you don't want to, do that and think about your family, your friends, your children, your kids, and then you do what you have to do. I really, really, really am not coming from a place of judgment. I can't do that. But the only thing that I did have a conversation with someone, and somebody's going to definitely challenge me on this. Here's the deal. I think throughout the United States, when the children start school, pre-K, kindergarten, and so forth, you have to be vaccinated. So my theory is the fact that when your parents decided to send you to school and they didn't homeschool you, there were a certain series of shots that you had to get. And your parents trusted the fact that whatever they put in their child's body was going to help them, protect them, keep them safe, and they can enter into the world of school and so forth and so on. And the bottom line is, you didn't know I believe there was like the chicken pox, measles, polio, rubella, all these little shots that you had to take. There was a series of them. You didn't really know what it was. And you trusted the doctor and the science. And the difference between now, and I'm just telling you a conversation that I had, so I'm not trying to influence anybody. What I'm trying to tell you is that you trusted the science, you trusted the doctors, and you just went on and put this into your child's body. Well, the vaccine that is here right now, yes, there's been studies on those vaccines and so forth and so on. I imagine, I don't know the history, but I will tell you this. The vaccine that we have right now, which is combating this coronavirus, right? There's been studies and science has been proven, and that's why they've allowed it to come out. But the difference that you can see, and again, I don't know the whole story, and I should have researched it, but right now people are dying by the thousands from this virus. And this vaccine has been proven to save thousands of lives. I don't get it. So that's a personal thing. So please don't bombard my email by saying, LBJ, what are you doing? That's a little lady down the hall saying, hey, what are you doing there, LBJ? So poor imitation. So that's where we are. And I just really, I just hope everybody gets on board and just, protect themselves. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so listen, I really apologize. I do sound a little nasally, and I'm listening to my voice. I hope it doesn't really last long, this little allergy/flu shot thing going on. But the bottom line is I almost didn't do a show, and I said I can't do that because it was in my mind and it was in my heart, a few things that I wanted to say, things I wanted to share, and that's why I did what I did. So, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, I promise, I will be a little bit more consistent. I will definitely look forward to my next show. I'm going to sit down, and we're coming into the holiday season. We're here in the fall, and there's so many things to enjoy with family and friends that I think you do. So what I'm going to do is I want to come up with a list of a few things here and around the country that I think that might be fun for people to enjoy. And most people, they talk about the summer, which is fantastic, but there's a lot of good things you can enjoy in the fall, and I think that's important. So it's a time of family and friends and renewal, take a rest, recalibrate, and move forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for you loyal people that listen to LBJ and say, there he goes, oh my God, there he goes. Thank you for listening. We're definitely going to have a nice full show the next time. I'll have some good ideas and we can get into the holiday season. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, as I always say, take care of yourself. Take care of your families because family's important. And if you see somebody that needs a helping hand, stick yours out and help them if you can. I believe this one act really, really will make the world a better place. And it's going to be one of those things that help you on your journey to becoming the best person that you were meant to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm LBJ. You're there and I'm here. And you've been listening to the Heartfelt Truth. Thank you. And we will talk again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm LBJ. If you have any comments or feedback, please reach out to me at lbjtheheartfelttruth@gmail.com or check me out on my social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as I always say, thank you. Take care of yourself. And we will talk again. I think that's a wrap.